Hi, this is actually going to be a quick tarot card reading on the energy of Daniel Robinson. So, for those of you that follow me, I like to use my psychic ability to try to locate missing kids and persons. And sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. But I immediately connected with the energy of Daniel Robinson when I saw his picture on the TV and I heard his father's interview. Now, his case came to light because of the young girl Gabby, who recently went missing, and they found her remains, and now they're looking for her boyfriend. Um, as I've said, I have done this kind of thing before, and I'm not here to get into the issue of the systemic racism that exists in our country and, people saying, oh, this is missing white woman syndrome and, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm not going to debate that. I'm not here to tell you that there isn't some truth in that. But what I will tell you is that from my personal experience, it really does not matter the person's age, race, sex, whatever, class, not important. Um, People go missing all the time. And I continue to say that. And I will continue to say over and over that the cops are underpaid, overwhelmed, desensitized, and get to a point where they just don't give a fuck. And they just don't have the manpower. So, over and over, I tell everyone the minute, God forbid, you ever have to deal with this, the minute one of your loved ones go missing, you hire a private investigator to get what you need to get done, to find out the information, and to have somebody really working and looking on the case. Now, from my personal experience, what I have seen over and over again, it does not matter if we are talking about Tylee and JJ out in Idaho. They weren't reported for almost a month before anyone reported them missing. This whole thing with Gabby, she was reported, what was it, like 2 weeks, and then it didn't even go national for a month. Sincere and Classic out in Bakersville, same situation. It was months before anyone noticed they were gone. This guy, Daniel Robinson, it was I think it was a couple of days, but his family was kind of on it. But for the most part, my point is, even if they aren't reported missing for a long time, these cases don't go national for even months. And memories get lost and witnesses get lost and, things don't add up. And as we've seen with the Gabby case, she's already had terrible things happen to her, and this guy's already gone. They can't even find him, right? So this happens a lot more often than what we like to admit. But when I continue to say all the time, with hundreds of thousands of people going missing every year and nobody asks any questions to where these people are, well, unfortunately, they don't. And the cops are so overwhelmed, underpaid, and desensitized that they don't have the manpower or the effort or even the fucking will to want to do this anymore. So get a private investigator every freaking time from day one. Get your private investigator to work on this case, because that is what's really going to solve it. That is what's really going to find out where your loved one is and what happened to them. But as I said, working on many different cases, there's one girl in particular. Her name is Brenda, and I've worked on her case, and it's a local case, and I've never went public with it because I don't have enough information to back it up. But what she opened my eyes to was a huge human trafficking ring that runs through these border states. What does this have to do with Daniel Robinson? Daniel Robinson was in Arizona. He was in one of those border states. I live in one of these border states. And I'm telling you, what I've learned is that there is a huge human trafficking ring from Los Angeles, San Diego, going all the way through Arizona, New Mexico, and down to Texas, over by like the El Paso area. Now with the whole Gabby thing that was going on, I wouldn't doubt if it was ran all the way up to Utah and Idaho and all these other places, Colorado too. I grew up in the Rocky Mountains. I have spent my life roaming the Rockies. I lived on 2 acres in a cabin with my dog. I love it. I'm a country girl, I'm a mountain girl. But when it comes to these places, they are very rural. And what I will tell you is no one is out there. You're talking 3 or 4 cops for the whole county. And there's a lot of rural land. There's a lot of nothing. And the people that live out there are, kind of just keep to themselves. Maybe you know the people in the community, but I would go days without seeing another human if I didn't come into town. And I wouldn't see cops in my area or, coming up my driveway to my land ever. You know what I mean? So they're very, very rural places. And what I will tell you is that nobody goes out there. So, this trafficking ring that runs through California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas is all along the border. And there's nothing but rural small towns, small areas. And there's a huge human trafficking ring going on. And unfortunately for Daniel, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He witnessed something, he saw something, and they felt they had to get rid of the witness. And that's what it really was. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, I don't know what he saw. I don't know if maybe one of their victims was escaping. I don't know what it was. But what I do know is that his little area that he went missing in is right around those lines of that human trafficking ring that Brenda showed me. You can see on the map how it just goes right through state from state, exactly along the way, and nobody cares. Nobody, first of all, thinks it's real. Second of all, nobody's out in these communities. And let me tell you something else about these border towns. These sheriffs and these cops and these border patrol agents and even some people in those towns are all in on this fucking human trafficking sex ring. You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars that these people, totally make. Human trafficking is a huge industry, unfortunately, and everybody plays their part and everybody gets their cut. And you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that each of these people involved get for playing their role. And so they do it. And for whatever reason, it continues to go on. But when you have so many officials and so many people in power to cover up everything that's happening, these people have safe houses along the way. They have places where they go to switch these girls, to take them. Okay, I drive them to Arizona, someone else picks them up in Arizona, someone drives them to New Mexico, someone drives them from there, whatever. They also have places set up, like actual, sex houses. I don't know what else to say it. And they have clienteles of people who actually pay and know these locations and come and pay for these girls who are chained up to beds, drugged out of their mind, until they die, just being, oh my God. Anyway, Daniel was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he came across that shit, and they had to get rid of him. That's what they thought. And unfortunately, they will find his remains. I connected with his energy. I immediately saw them putting dirt. I could feel the dirt hitting the side of my face. They buried him. I believe they shot him. I believe they shot him in the head, and I believe that they buried him. I believe that they will find his remains in between the last place that he was seen, which is Buckeye, Arizona, and Gila Indian Reservation, which is south of there. Now, I'm not talking about the big Gila Reservation. There's a smaller one just south, about 40 miles from where his car was last seen or found, because it was rolled and everything. And he was just really in the wrong place at the wrong time. And these people, they just don't care. I mean, you're talking so much money, and everybody plays their part. And to them, it's just collateral damage because they can't let the secret of this sex trafficking ring come out. And the road that he was on is very important. Um, I believe it's called Sun Valley Road. So this road was supposed to be like a major freeway road, okay? Arizona had plans for Buckeye, the city of Buckeye, to be the next Phoenix, okay? So they had made this 4-lane highway out there. Now, blah, 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 it didn't develop, yada, yada. We're going back to the 80s here, okay? I just realized this because they kept focusing on the road. Anyway, why is this important? Because this major kind of 4-lane highway, freeway was made, okay, but the town never developed, and so it's just there. As a matter of fact, they call it the road to nowhere, okay? New Mexico, California, Arizona, it goes all the way up to Chicago. They have Route 66, right? Which was supposed to be a major highway. It was like the only way to get from Chicago to California, right? Back in the day. But then they made I-10 and they made I-40 and they made I-25 and, I-70. And now we don't use those roads anymore. This is exactly what human trafficking ring wants. They want a major road that they can get on that is right there, that goes exactly to where they need to go, but it's not a freeway. You know what I'm saying? So like this road is used by them often because it's going the same direction they need it to go, but it's not I-10 anymore. You can go off, you can go on the side roads. It'd be like taking 66 instead of taking 40, So that's what it would be. And that's why, unfortunately, his path crossed with these people and he saw something, he witnessed something that he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they're gonna find him between the point where his car came up missing, where he was last seen, and down by the Indian reservation. I just hope they find him soon, and we're going to throw some cards on it and see what the cards have to say. So we will see what the tarot cards say around the energy of Daniel Robinson. He was a Capricorn. He was 24 years old. He was a geologist. He was a musician. I got the feeling that he liked to cook. He really had a great bond with his family and his friends. He loved what he did. A very happy, soul, just very happy soul, very intelligent. I got the feeling of brilliant mind. Do you remember that movie with Russell Crowe, Beautiful Mind? Yeah. Daniel had brilliant mind and very loving, caring, creative, knowledgeable, sweet. Wouldn't hurt a fly, man. Wouldn't hurt a fly. It's a terrible thing that happened to him. So we'll look at it. It's hard for me. I'm sorry, guys. I get choked up sometimes. It's difficult. I feel things. I see things, and whether people believe it or not, it is what it is. I'm never going to be 100% right. I always say that, but I know what I feel. I know what I saw. I know what I heard. And I just hope they find him soon. And, I really hope that this stuff really starts coming out. I'm just glad to see anybody talking about any of it. Because there's too many. There's too many. So let's talk about Daniel's energy. Daniel Robinson. We got past, present, and future. So it looks like holding on here in the past, holding on. Probably his family not holding out, holding on to hope here. We have God, we have the High Priestess, Enterprise, then we have the King of Wands, fire sign energy. Could be his father figure. Interesting. We have action and we have the King of Swords. Two kings. That would lead to contracts, negotiations. King of Swords can be a lawyer, an accountant, a police officer, someone very by the book. We're going to just do this the way that it needs to go. Holding on here in the past. Holding on. Commitment, family, ties here with the Ten of Pentacles. Could also be money. I'm sure he was doing well. I didn't have any feeling that he had money problems. Here is the High Priestess in the present. Ooh, and the Truth. Look at this. That is beautiful. Here comes God. Here comes truth. Cutting through those obstacles. Truth is being spoken. These obstacles are going to be cut away. Oh my goodness. Walking away. This is my Eight of Cups. I do always say I see this when people cross over. So we'll continue to keep going on this, and let's see what the King of Wands is going to do here. Lots of anxiety. Now, as I said, this could be his father. I don't know what David's sign is. I do know that Daniel Robinson was a Capricorn. Possibly his father is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or this is just a fire sign that is involved, has a lot of mental anxiety underneath and a lot of sadness. Oh, I really hate to see that. Let's see one more for the outcome here. And we got the Sun, the Sun comes through. This can also represent someone's child, so I do think this is his father's energy. But the Sun comes out. You finally know the truth. The Sun is that happiness. Again, with Leo energy, it's also bringing things to light, though. It's also the Sun. It's also happiness. We finally find out something here. Positive energy comes through with the Sun. And as I had said to Daniel in my meditation earlier, because he's been popping in and out of my thoughts all day, and I was like, you did not die in vain. If your case breaks open everything that I know for a fact is going on in these border towns, that is absolute happiness. You saved so many people. You did not die in vain. There's no way. And I really hope that happens. I really hope that he does, absolutely shed light on all this crap that is going on in these small border towns, man. Because it is going on, let me tell you. But we got Leo energy, Sagittarius, Aries. We have mental anxiety, yeah, because, then we have some happiness, some relief here with the Sun. And the Seven of Swords is coming in. Yep, we got deception. That might not be a bad thing, because maybe this Sun is shining light on this deception. This fucking lying, thieving deception. Oh my God. Friendship, memories from the past, things like that. Oh yeah, it's coming out. I tell people all the time, you cannot lie, man. It's not right. Don't do it. Boom. There comes the fucking Tower. See? Look at this. So we have a King of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. There's a lot of mental anxiety here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. My head is all over the fucking place. I'm just going to sit here trapped in all these swords. But here comes some Sun. Here comes some happiness. Here comes some hope. Here comes some joy. Why? It's exposing this Seven of Swords, this lying, this thieving, this trickery, this fucking fraud, and this tower. Everything fucking comes out with the tower. See this shit? How it's all done? Queen of Swords on the bottom again with that Gemini, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Again, policewoman, policeman, lawyer, something like that. Coming through, coming through. One more for this tower and this Seven of Swords. Death. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. It's hard. Even though you know it and you feel it and you see it, it's hard. You know, the death card does not always represent death. Every tarot card reader in the world will tell you that. But sometimes it does represent death. But more importantly, it represents a major transformation or change. And I will continue to say he did not die in vain. Maybe this really does blow the lid off of all this shit and makes a change. I had the full energy here on the bottom. You know, just taking that leap of faith. Just full energy. We're starting all over again. Starting all over again. Magician. Manifesting. Yeah. He's not gonna go quietly, man. Healing. Hope. Healing with the star. Wish fulfillment. We have third party on the bottom. This is all about skill. And we have sadness. There might be 3 people involved in making this happen. There's going to be an overwhelming sadness, which I think is inevitable, right? But in the end, there's a wish fulfillment. There's healing. There's hope. There's major change. We still got the sun shining. Let's hold on to that. And let's hope that all this shit gets exposed for what it is. And that's all I have right now for Daniel Robinson. I don't even know if I'll post this video. It was really just for me to get the information out there because it just goes through me so quick. If I don't write it down or put it in a video, I'll forget tomorrow. So, God bless Daniel Robinson and his family. Everybody out there, say a prayer from them. And let's not forget all the other ones. You know, Gabby and her family, and Tylee and JJ and Sincere and Classic and Brenda, and the list goes on and on and on. So say a prayer for all those lost souls out there. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll stay, following the case and seeing what happens, and hopefully we find Daniel soon. Thanks. Bye.